my beautiful Nakama. It is your boy Byron D0. And after a bit of a hiatus with Real World Things, I am back with another review. Hope you're ready. It's a doozy. So, in the past week or so, we have been privy to Marvel's latest excursion into Phase 4. That would be Black Widow. Now, before we get this ball rolling, I should point out that there will be spoilers a go-go, baby. So, if you don't want to get this experience ruined for you, or you are in any way just nervous, this is your time to get off this ride. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So, Black Widow. Back in 2020, when we were promised this film, and the time got shifted around, and promises were made, and like your dad going out for smokes, it was a letdown. Sorry, that was mean. But back to the facts at hand. Black Widow stars Scarlett Johansson, Rachel Weisz, David Harbour, Ray Winstone, Olga Kurylenko, and Florence Pugh. The story is set between Civil War and Infinity War, and places Agent Romanoff in a timeline where she's on the run from the government, but hasn't fully committed to changing her appearance yet. So she's still recognizable, she's still doing her thing, and it's definitely a fun time to watch. The biggest things that I can take away from this film right off is that we finally get context to two of the biggest mysteries within Black Widow's lore. Firstly, all the constant references to Budapest. Like, I don't know about you, but I kind of was getting sick of that whole hidden jokes. Like, are we going to get a movie about this? Are we going to get flashbacks? Although, to be fair, the exposition was not my preferred description, but it's whatever. At least now we have context. And then we have the Red Room itself, which essentially is Russia's version of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's what made David Harbour's Red Guardian character what it is. And it's also the organization that Natasha was trying to break away from in the narrative of this film. She finally teams up with Hawkeye, as we find out again through expository dialogue, and then she's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and then she's on the run because she's no longer an S.H.I.E.L.D. agent or an Avenger. Funny how that works out. But in any case, we find Natasha reuniting with the character of Florence Pugh, who plays her sister-in-arms, Yelena. I cannot remember the rest of her name, but they have great chemistry on screen, and I was there for it the whole time. Also, the chemistry with David Harbour, who I can say without a shadow that was having the most fun on set. Like, not just when he was in the Red Guardian costume, but just in general. Like, the man's just such a phenomenal character actor, and he has great comedic timing. Like, you have this character who in the comics is essentially Russia's Captain America, and you just kind of make him into a bit of an oaf, like bumbling Mr. Rogers type character, who happens to be as strong as Steve Rogers. Maybe not as strong, but strong enough. And he's kind of let himself go. It's cool though, because Harbour makes it work. And then we have Rachel Weisz, who's one of my favorite actresses. She made the first 2 mommy movies so much fun for me. Like, she brings a lot of that egg-heady charm from the role, and I cannot sing her praises enough. Her Russian accent was not great though. Like, let's be honest, if you've watched the film, you've noticed how how she breaks out of that into her natural British accent. Not to say that it wasn't decent when you heard it, but when she broke character, you noticed that little crack. But yeah, she's great in just about anything she does, even when she slips up. Which, if I can shift gears for a second, another one of her films that she doesn't get nearly enough credit for is a movie called The Shape of Things, starring Paul Rudd. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend you check that out. But back to Black Widow. We have Ray Winstone, who he's at his most Ray Winstoniest. Like, I haven't seen him with this much thug energy since The Departed. All he needed was his natural accent and the beard that he had in The Departed, and it would have been perfect. I mean, he scared the shit out of me, I'll say that much. He was probably a little more creepy here than he was in The Departed, but that's not what we're here for. And Olga Kurylenko. I'm just gonna say it now, she plays a different variation of Taskmaster. First of all, I gotta say, as far as that character's concerned, she ain't on the internet for even attempting to guess that Taskmaster was going to be Hawkeye's. Like, dude, do you read comics? I guess not. I just facepalmed so hard when I saw that theory floating around. I'm just like, dude, no. Stop yourself. Really, just sit and listen and think about this. But again, I gotta sing Florence Pugh's praises a little bit more because she was like the breakout star of this film. I was a little worried about her dialogue because there was so much sarcasm, so much snark. It's like she would have been right at home in a Joss Whedon film. Ugh. I gotta scrub my tongue after saying that man's name. But again, it was a lot of snarkiness. But then we get to the dinner table scene where she kind of just breaks down and is like, "This, you guys were my family. Like, you were the only family I ever really knew." And that was when you got to see her more human side. And the little character moments between her and Natasha were great too. Florence Pugh just made that film so dope for me, and I can't wait to see how they implement her into the Hawkeye film. Which, again, post-credits scene, it's gonna happen. You don't need to worry. And besides that, I want to talk about the fight choreography. Ooh, I love the fight choreography so much. From what I can tell from my sources, it was the same choreographer for Winter Soldier, which, you know, James Young, the stunt coordinator, fight choreographer, he does such amazing work. And now he's done my two favorite Marvel films, Black Widow being the top. And I was on the edge of my seat from every fight, like, what? Gotta give a shout out to the music team of Lauren Balfe, and I'm gonna mess his name up, Vince Falconer. Didn't mess it up anywhere near as much as I thought I was. And other than that, the visuals are great. Costumes are what you come to expect from the MCU. All in all, solid film. If you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, please do. And if you have, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And speaking of comments and descriptions, I will be posting a link to my spoiler-free review if you'd like to hear a less rambly version of my thoughts of the film. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this is your boy, Byron D0, saying Ja Matana.